Planning out content is essential to being consistent and growing on social media, and I want to show you the planner I use to organize my life as a creator running 2 YouTube channels, kind of, sort of, an Instagram page, and how you can use it for yours too. My planning process usually looks like an idea, the title, and then the actual content, and I finally made a template where I can put all of that and more into one place. So this planner is designed to help you stay on track with when and where you need to post content. I personally like having a actual visual of the things that I need to get done. So I've been loving this planner because it helps me stay consistent and I can see like, what do I actually need to do? Let's jump into the planner so I can show you how it works. So hopping right into the planner, this is my content planner. It will not look like this when you download it because I customized it just a little bit. So I changed the cover image. I added some emojis like this cherry and the bubbles. I just wanted mine to look cute, you know, and I love Ghibli. I also added a Bible verse here, Jeremiah 29:11, and I just put this here as some motivation for myself. You can put whatever you want. Pretty much these planners are customizable because it is a Notion template. But I put all the important stuff for you in here already, so you don't have to worry about none of that. So you can see that the day that I'm filming this is the day before it is due. Right when you go into the planner, there is a master content calendar, and you can see what's due and the status of things across all the different platforms. So I personally use YouTube and Instagram. I do not have TikTok, so I don't have TikTok on here, but you can put TikTok on here. You can add it, and I'll show you how to do that. The video that you're watching right now is this one. It is supposed to be due tomorrow, so we'll see. I have the date, I have the status of it. So I did edit a part of this video already, which is why it's on editing, but you can change it to not started, to filmed, obviously editing, and then completed. And then you scroll down and you see a goal here. I added this goal to kind of just remind you of like, what is the goal of this video and what are you trying to do with this video? What do you want? What type of value do you want to bring to your audience with this video? Then we have the brain dump, which is where when I first got the idea to film this video, I just kind of quickly typed up everything I was thinking. It's very like bare bones. And then you get to the script and you literally see everything. So in the beginning, what you guys watched, this is what I said. And then this is what I said. So how it's typed here is a little different than what I said, but I like to have a script to just remind me to stay on track and what I want it to say. And when you're filming and you say something different, as long as you say what you need to say, it's good. So I planned out this video in sections. I have the planning section, I have the filming section, and then I have the editing section. And then making our way down, we have some title ideas. I usually have a lot of different title ideas. What did I just say? I usually have a lot of different title ideas, but for this one, it's pretty straight to the point. And then I have thumbnail ideas. So I like to put text on my thumbnails. So this is where I kind of come up with what text I want to put on that thumbnail. Then you have your notes and research here if your video requires that. And then we have another script section. We have the B-roll list, which here's my B-roll list. I don't know where these B-roll clips are gonna go yet, but if you do, you have the option to add that. So I have a close-up of me editing, and you know, throughout the video, you will see the different B-roll that you see here, and I may or may not add more. This is the editing checklist. So did you get your audio? Good. Did you get the music, sound design, color correction, and color grade? Caption. So caption typically would be for Instagram, but it'll be description for YouTube. And then just making sure you have everything together. And then you have your publishing checklist and then your post-publishing checklist. So I changed mine a little bit. So if you share, I don't share my YouTube stuff on Instagram that much. So for my post-publishing checklist, it's just, you know, mark the project as done. You have all this stuff to plan your video and keep all your planning organized. So you guys, I am gonna try to take Instagram seriously this month because I've been struggling. So I just recently kind of came up with a content strategy for Instagram, but you can also plan your Instagram content with this planner. So as you can see, this is a Instagram. This is the platform. So I did add the other platforms if you do use TikTok. and this is already done. It's already scheduled and ready to go in Instagram. And so I always put the title here of what the reel or video is about. And then this is empty because it's a carousel. So I already have the pictures and I already knew like what I wanted them to say, planned that all out. But if you have a more intricate video, you have all of this space to plan it out. So here's an example of another carousel that I plan to do. It's called Bible Verses to Turn Fear into Fearlessness, and I am still editing it. And these are all the verses that I want to use. So all the notes are here. You can see everything that I have due. There is a lot on this calendar, y'all. Pray for me that I get it done. But it's made planning content and keeping track of the content so easy. So this is the last month, way less content than August, but that's because we're locking in for August. Okay, join me. So to the left of the content calendar, I have like a quick grab section, and this is so important for me for a content planner because this is all the stuff that you're gonna need often. So I have easy access to links and all your social medias like YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Gumroad, which is where you will download this free planner, Beacons, which is basically like a link tree where you have all your links, my ASMR channel, my UGC Instagram, which I haven't started yet, and my portfolio, which is what I send out to brands when I'm doing emails. And so I have all this stuff right here, super easy to grab, so I don't have to go to the actual website and find my link every time or try to go and copy and paste my link. If you need to send it out, if you need to reference it, it's all right here. Then I have my weekly to-do list right here. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I haven't used it in a while. But this is it. It's there available for you. So it's Monday through Sunday, you can use it. And then you have a notes section right next to it. Then you have your quick stop, which the whole entire section is a quick stop, but I just called this section quick stop because it's really quick. So I have my brand collab email pitch here. I was recently reaching out to Summer Fridays. I just have templates depending on what the brand is. So this is a beauty brand. It'll change depending on who I'm talking to. I try to make my pitches authentic to who I'm reaching out to. So, but it's nice to have like a template so that way you can go off of that template every time you send an email. Then I have my YouTube description. So that way I don't have to copy and paste it. And over time, your YouTube description may change. And if it does, you can add it here. I like to update links, add new things. Super easy to just fix there. Then we have milestones. So for me, I have them by 500,000, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. So I haven't hit any new milestones yet, at least not here. Recently, I hit 30,000 subscribers on my ASMR channel, so that's awesome. I'm almost close to 50,000, so once that hits, I'll put when I reached it. Then I have branding. So this branding section is just basically a reminder of your personal brand. What are the standards of your brand? What do you represent? And just notes about who you want to come up as online that will keep you aligned every time you have a new content idea or whatever the case may be. This branding section is literally just meant for you to stay on track with your social media presence and things like that, and personal branding. And then in the idea section, we have a brain dump and notes. So obviously I'm not going to show y'all, but the brain dump is just, you know, when you're like in the car or somewhere random on the toilet, I don't know, and you literally have an idea and you don't want to lose that idea. So I run to the brain dump section and I just type whatever's on my mind. And then, yeah, so that whole entire section is just filled with unorganized, like notes of things. And then the note section is more of strategic notes for me when I'm creating content. And I think that is such an important thing to have on the planner because it's not always, every time we get an idea, we don't always have it ready to go and organized. So I was like, okay, let me create somewhere where we can just throw all the ideas in there and finish what we're doing, and then we can get back to it later. When you scroll down under the quick grab section and the master content calendar, you see two separate planners. So these two planners are connected to the master content calendar. You can duplicate one of these sections just by clicking this, press duplicate and change it to TikTok, and boom, you have it. So then you'll have YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I don't have TikTok anymore because it ruined my attention span. It's basically the same thing that you saw on the master content planner, but the master content calendar, but if you want to only see YouTube, you scroll down and you can only see your YouTube content. So to add a new video, all you do is press new, you name your video, how to make beans. You're gonna press open, and because this is a new YouTube video, you're gonna press new YouTube template. It gives you all of the stuff that comes with the YouTube template. You can see that it already put that this is a YouTube video, and you can change it to the status. It's not started. So as you can see, when I pressed not started, it disappeared from here because I'm currently in the in progress tab. Press this and you can see all the different projects you have. So you have all the projects where it shows you them, and I just use the thumbnail ideas that I have and I put the thumbnails in there. So you can see your videos as the board, right? Then when you press not started, it'll show you all the videos that you have not started yet. Here's our how to make beans video. So you know that, okay, I haven't started this video, I need to get on it. Then we have in progress, which are all the videos that I'm currently working on. I've scripted, or some part of that video is already done. And then we have completed. So these are the videos that are done. Moving on to the other side, we have the Instagram planner, obviously, and it's the same thing. All projects not started, in progress, completed. And to create a new one, you would press new, name it, whatever it's called, and then you would press, instead of a new YouTube template, you're gonna press a new Instagram template, and boom. And you see all of that stuff here where you can put your script, put your ideas, put your brain dump, put your notes, all that good stuff, editing checklists. When we scroll down, we see brand collaborations. The template that you will download will have this brand collaborations section, but everything else under it, I added myself to match with like my creative things that I got going on. So you can also do the same. So when you get all those brand collaborations, which you will get and I will get, we will be flourishing, they will all be on their own calendar. And it's very important that you stay on top of brand collaborations because there are contracts that have been signed. You have to deliver on what you promise. You can put the deadline, what platform it's due on, what you need to give to them, the payment. So is it paid or unpaid? Then you can do the status. Did you complete it? Is it not started? Do you need to film it? All that good stuff that we saw on the other ones. And yeah, just help you stay on track with your collabs. For my content planner, I added a digital products and newsletter section because these are the digital products that I have and these are just the links to them. So this is the content planner that I'm showing you right now. And then I have a goal tracker that you can get as well. So when I click on the content planner, I just have the link to it right here. Super easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. I have all the information about this planner. It is $0. You can put your own price if you want to support me and give me money for it, but it's free. I send my newsletters through a whole different website, but I like to write them in this planner and then copy and paste it into that site so that way it can send as a broadcast. For those of you serious about making content, whether you plan to be full-time or you're just doing it as a hobby, but you do have the intentions to grow, I want to challenge you to use this planner to plan out a month's worth of content. And I want you to post when you say you're going to post, because it's just so important that we show ourselves that we can do it and that it doesn't have to be difficult or complicated. I'm rooting for you and I'm on the same challenge with you. Y'all, it is so hot. Whew. 91 degrees. All right, so let's get into the gear I actually use to film my videos. My camera. This is the Sony ZV-E10. Love, obsessed with this camera. It's almost been a whole year since I had this camera. I'm not a techie camera person. I can't really break down the specs of this camera. That is not the channel. This is not the channel for that, okay? Switched from the A6100 just because this one was made in 2012. It's a little bit outdated. It doesn't have all the features that this camera has, and this camera came out in 2022. So let's talk about my lenses. I am currently using right now the Tamron 11 to 20 millimeter lens, and this is the lens that I use when I'm vlogging or I want to get a wide like surface area. I don't know what it's called, a wide frame. 11 millimeter, and this is 20. The most recent lens that I bought, which is the Tamron 17 to 70 millimeter lens, I wanted to be able to get a closer range of shots, which this lets you do. This lens is huge. I will be honest, this lens is really big for this size camera, but I think it's so perfect because I have the 11 to 20 and the 17 to 70, and that gives me basically an 11 to 70 range, like focal range, and I'm able to get really close-up shots and really wide shots, which I really like to do in my videos, even vlogs. I think it just makes them more interesting when you add perspective, and it gives it a more cinematic feel, and that's what I like to go for when I'm recording. This is the Sigma 16 millimeter lens. This is one of the first lenses I bought when I even got a new camera in general. So this is what I was using in the beginning of this video, and you can see that the background was a lot more blurry, and just, this lens is so nice. It's so smooth. I love it. I don't plan on ever getting rid of it. So here I have an ND filter, which is basically like sunglasses for your camera. This is best for when you're outside and it's super sunny and bright. And I just throw this on, and it allows me to be able to adjust this without having to change the settings on my camera every time. I have another filter on my camera right now. It's called a mist filter. This is actually my first time using it. So I don't really know how it looks, but it's basically a diffuser, and it makes your footage look a lot more soft, and it gives that misty, dreamy effect that I want for my videos. So y'all, I'm hoping that when I edit this video, it gives that look. So jumping right into audio, this is my Blue Yeti. I forgot what type of microphone this is called, but it's a microphone. I use this mainly for my ASMR channel. A lot of ASMR artists use this mic because it's very affordable, and it's also, it just picks up sound really nicely. So this is what I use if I'm recording a voiceover. Sometimes I even use it for my reels. I don't use it much for my YouTube videos, but I have it and I use it a lot for my other channel. My Rode Wireless Go 2 mics, this is what you see on me, and the other piece of it is on my camera, and this allows you to talk from anywhere, no matter how far you are from the camera or how close you are from the camera, you will still hear me the same. I love using this when I'm filming outside. If I want to get like a distant shot where I'm not even anywhere near the camera, I'm over there, but you can still hear what I'm saying, love to do that. I think this mic is so useful. And yeah, for outside vlogging, I use a shotgun microphone, and this is the Rode Video Micro. Honestly, y'all, I don't love this mic. I want to get a new one, like their newer mic that they came out with, because I got this years ago. I can't even really tell you when, but I'm a little bit over the audio. It is just a step up from the in-camera audio, but I still do use this, especially when I'm vlogging. For lighting, when I'm outside, I obviously just use sunlight, but inside of my room gets pretty dark, especially when the sun goes behind the clouds like it just did just now. I use a ring light and a key light, both that I got from Amazon. By the way, everything will be linked in the description. So this is the key light that I'm using to light up this side of my face. Oh, this ring light right here. Making sure your audio and your lighting is good are probably the main two important things about your video. So, I mean, you don't have to have the best, most expensive audio and lighting, but make sure it's good and we can hear you and we can see you. Small rig, handheld, Bluetooth tripod. So basically you connect your camera to this remote, and it has the record button. You can take a picture, you can zoom in, zoom out, you can disconnect it from it. And if you want to take a photo and be like, no one will ever know because the remote is in your hand. And then my newer tripod is this Peak Design tripod. Now y'all, this is my first ever like luxury tripod, and I call it that because it was a pretty penny. But I'm not gonna lie, it was completely worth it. Honestly though, really important thing for me about buying a new tripod was the size of it. My favorite thing about this tripod is how small it gets. So the problem I was having with my other tripods is that they're so big, and even when you contract them, they still are big, and I cannot travel with it. I cannot get on an airplane with it easily, at least. With this Peak Design tripod, it fits in my camera bag, it fits in my carry-on luggage. It is just such an easy travel tripod. It is a little heavy because it is aluminum, but that's a good thing because outside, if it's super windy, you will not be seeing this tripod tumble. I mean, I just have all good things to say about it. This is not sponsored. I mean, give me a call. It's really important to remember to start with what you have, because the gear does not make you good. It's how you use it and the skills that you build with what you have that makes you good. And I think that over time, as you get better and as you know what you like and what you don't like, you can buy gear and upgrade gear, and it will level up your content. Don't stress about getting the best and the newest gear. Just focus on the important part, which is making and posting the content. So when it comes to editing my content, there are two main platforms that I use for editing and for music, and that is Davinci Resolve and Epidemic Sounds. Davinci Resolve is where it's at. Okay, I know switching platforms is just a headache, but I promise you, if you want to get rid of that monthly subscription fee at Adobe, Davinci Resolve. They have a free version, which is even better, but then the paid version is just a one-time fee and you never have to pay again. I think when it comes to finding your editing style, it's the same about what I said about your filming style. It's experimenting and continuously creating content to figure out, okay, I like doing this, or I like having this type of text or this type of font or this type of vibe in my videos. And it is about creating a vibe because you want the audience to get a sense of who you are and the type of content you make, and all of that shines through not only how you film a video, how you speak to the camera, but how it's edited and how you convey these things. Don't get too caught up in trying to edit a video similar to another creator. It's okay to have inspiration and say, okay, well, I like how this person edits their videos. I think it's funny, I think it's interesting, I like watching them, so let me emulate that. But as you go about experimenting and emulating someone else, make sure you start to adjust things to your personal preference, and that's how you find your own creative style. How I make editing less stressful for me is editing it in stages. So I will put all the raw footage in there and I'll do a rough cut. Just boom. This is what I want to keep and this is what I'm getting rid of. Then I go to work on the intro, because the intro of your video is the most important part most of the time, because that's how you get people to keep watching. Then the next phase is figuring out the vibe or the emotions that I want to present in the video, and that comes in with the music that you use. The music will really change how your video is received, and I love using Epidemic Sounds to find different types of music. They got R&B, they got rap, they got hip hop, they got jazz. I love a good jazz number, okay? This is not sponsored. Again, call me. I have a link in the description below for you to sign up for Epidemic Sounds, and if you do use my link, I get a free month with them. So if you want to help your girl out, thank you and I appreciate you. Different elements to keep the viewer watching, which is why I like adding text, or I like to zoom in on certain parts to emphasize different things. I think adding those to your video makes your video a little bit more interesting. So that is my entire planning, filming, and editing process and how I make my videos. I hope you found this video helpful and use some of the tips to help you along in your creator journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.